Yeah, just
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's a little bit after 11, and we are live in the Better Business Place. And I'm here today with a very special guest, Stacey. So, a question for you. Are you a business owner that knows what you do adds a lot of value, but you just seem to be the world's best kept secret? You don't know necessarily how to do the marketing that gets you known to your audience. Well, I want to introduce to you today's guest. Here we go. Business is something we all must do as individuals, but we all do it in our own way. So today I've brought to you a woman who is unique, vibrant, loves life, loves people. Stacey has successfully grown 6 startup businesses, founded a non-for-profit organization, and authored 2 books. The business has been a major part of her success, and as a social entrepreneur, a 1 million woman ambassador, speaker, educator, author, she is a free spirit affectionately known as the Game Changer, raising the vibration of others to live passionate, purpose-filled lives with a healing heart, planet and enabling divine purpose to unfold. Stacey is going to share with us the simplicities of business successfully, how to do it, and how to be true to yourself along the way. Business can be something more than just following a program or a protocol, and it can be for many reasons. Hi, Stacey. How are you?
good. Thank you, Glenn. And thanks for having me here on your show this morning. And thank you to all the listeners. Hello.
Well, we're actually a guest for the second time, aren't we?
Yes, the first recording didn't quite work out the way we wanted it, did it?
Not really. So for those people who don't know you as well as I do, and I have spoken to you about you on a couple of my lives, just tell us a little bit about Stacey.
Okay, so one of the best way to describe it is one of the projects that I'm working on right now is called 1,000 Ripple Effects, and I'm actually working on building a place to call home for all those kids out there who have left the foster care system. So they've turned 18 and they're no longer in foster care, and they're out there making a way of their own world. And the place to call home is about providing accommodation, some employment, some training and study opportunities, apprenticeships, and literally giving these kids a place to call home, and the life skills and everything like that as well. I've taken all my years of knowledge and all my years of parenting skills and working with parents and families and kids along the way, and just combined everything, combined all my business skills and knowledge, and brought people together and actually put this whole project together. So that's me in a nutshell. Doesn't matter what I do, it's all because I want to build a place to call home for these kids.
Okay. That's really noble. I could definitely get your why. So why don't you tell us who are the types of people that you mostly serve?
In the business world, Glenn, the people that I serve the most are all the business people out there who, what I refer to as a best kept secret. Now, a best kept secret is somebody who's in their industry, they're in their element, they know everything about their topic, they know how to solve problems for their customers. And what they really struggle with is the marketing side of things. And so I've put a program together for done for you marketing for all those best kept secrets in the business world.
Okay, so we'll get into explaining a little bit more about how you work with them. What is the biggest challenge that you've come across in business, and how did you overcome it?
All right, well, the biggest challenge in business is just learning everything I needed to learn along the way. So if I needed to learn how to use a piece of technology, I'd sit there learning how to use it, and then I'd overcome it. If I didn't know how to do something, I would learn it and then overcome it. And the best example I can give is these interviews with you, because the first one didn't quite work. The second one, we had some crackling and stuff in there, and the lighting wasn't really good. So I'd learned all these things for the first 2 interviews. The third interview, which is today, I've got the lighting right, we've got the sound right, we've got all these things right. And I know, thumbs up on this. So it's taken a few little learnings along the way. I just took what I needed to learn from it, and improved upon each interview. And now today we've got a great interview.
Do you think that marketing is a little bit like that, always testing and learning and testing and learning?
Glenn, marketing is exactly like that. And I'm going to give you an example. I was running parenting skills training many, many years ago, not today. I don't do this anymore. And my very first course I actually put out there, I had the title on the marketing, Come and Learn How to Listen, Get Your Needs Met. And not one person showed up at all into my course. Odd, you know. So I went to the parents and I said, guys, what do you want to learn? And the parents told me, they said to me, Stacey, can you teach me how to get my kids to listen to me and treat me with respect? And I went, yeah, sure, easy done. I can do that, no problem. So I went home, changed the title to my marketing plan. And my title is now How to Get My Kids to Listen to Me and Treat Me with Respect. And I had that many people respond to that marketing call out. I actually went from putting one course on to putting 4 courses on. I did 2 nights and 2 daytime ones. So marketing is everything. It is all testing and measuring, and you really have to know what your customer wants and the language that they speak, and you have to communicate to them that you are the solution.
I'd agree with you. I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand that, or they don't listen to their results. And if it doesn't work out, they just quit. And they don't ever go back and going, okay, so the content's good, but my first objection is just getting them here. So you just went back and changed the title.
Yes.
And then had a whole bunch of people. So the only thing that wasn't working before was the title.
That's correct. And that's all it was. And that's just marketing. And this has been a lot of my journey in marketing, is learning what I call streetwise marketing. So I didn't go to a course or anything. I've actually learned all my marketing along the way, trial and error with all the customers. And all I did was just go to the people and say, what do you want? What do you want to learn? What do you want to know? And they would tell me. So then I put the marketing together, the marketing information, and they go, oh, wow, this is really good. Yes, this is exactly what I want to learn. Bingo, everybody turns up.
It's funny. I see a lot of people actually design something like the way you did it at first and then go to market, and they spend a lot of money in that particular process. Whereas the second time around, you said, let me find out what you want to learn, and if there was a product, and then you went and sold all those. And then if you had to, you could have come up with a different course, but you went out to find out what the market was after in the first place. That's a really good tip.
Yeah, and that's correct. I didn't change the course. The course was exactly the same information. Nothing changed. Only the marketing, only the title. Because I had not communicated in the way that the customers wanted. I wasn't using their language.
I think I got from that is change one thing at a time. Don't change multiple things. Otherwise, you don't know what's working.
That's correct. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great insight. So on this particular call, I promised people to how do they get discovered? You know, I said, is anyone having a challenge with their marketing? You feel like you're really good at what you do. You're an expert in your field, but no one knows about you. So you're your own best kept secret. How do you help people in that particular journey? This is the section I like to call lights, camera, action. This is the time for Stacey to shine.
So the program that I have is called Done For You Marketing. All right. What I have found is, again, I've gone to all the business people, and they've come out of their training course. Let's just take somebody who studied naturopathy. Okay, so they're a naturopath. They know all the ins and outs of naturopathy, all the health, all the nutrition, what works for the people, and things like that. But what they really struggle with is the marketing side of things, right? And marketing is something you really need to get your head around. It's not an easy topic, and it's not something that you can just go out there and easily understand overnight, All right. And what I found is when I spoke to most of the business people is they wanted somebody to do the marketing for them because it's really hard. It's tricky, right? It is a bit tricky, that marketing, but when you know how to do it, it's not. And so the best, one of the things that I do is I always sit down with that particular person. So let's just work with the naturopaths today. So I sit down with the naturopath. First of all, we work out who their customer is, right? So who is their target market? What is the niche that they're working with? So what is the one problem that they solve? What's the one thing that they have the solution to? Then we go to their market and we make sure that we're communicating with their target market in the exact language that they like, and we're solving their problem, and we design the marketing for them. And one of the things that I always do, this is a very key information. So the word key information is important here for all those listeners. Listen here. And that is to understand the lifetime value of your customer.
Tell us more about that.
All right. So what do I mean by lifetime value of a customer? So one customer, and let's work with a massage therapist for this particular example, okay? So you have a customer, you're a massage therapist, and you have a customer that comes in and they spend $80 with you once a month, every month for 12 months, right? $80. And that customer stays with you for 10 years. That's $80 every month, 12 months of the year for the next 10 years. It's $9,600, roughly, thereabouts. This is the lifetime value of your customer. So over 10 years, this one person has spent $9,000 with you. They don't just spend $80 with you once. They spend $80 every month, 12 months of the year for 10 years. Knowing how much money that one customer is going to spend with you, how are you going to treat that customer?
Pretty special, I would imagine.
Pretty special, like royalty, like gold, precious diamonds that are coming through your door, because that's what they are. They are gold. They're precious gems. They are diamonds, and they come through, and you go, wow, this person, this is the first time through the door. They've never seen you before. They're just about to have their very first massage and spend their first $80. And they go, wow, this is amazing treatment. The room is all set up. It's the ambience, the nice lighting, beautiful music. You've got fresh, clean towels. It's a beautiful smell in the room. The oil was nice and warm as it went through the body. The massage was just the right pressure that I love. And it was just the right, amount of massage on all different body parts, the back, the legs, the arms. I felt so relaxed. I almost went to sleep. And at the end of that, they go, oh, so good. I've got to go and tell my mum and dad. I'm going to a barbecue on the weekend. I've got to tell everybody at the barbecue about the massage I just had. And then at work, because Monday morning they go to work and everybody there, so they've got to tell them about the massage they just had at work. And all of a sudden, you have a really strong word of mouth marketing system. And this is in any business industry, word of mouth is the strongest and most powerful marketing you will ever have. And as exactly what you say, referral marketing. Because people go, oh, I really need a massage. Oh, I've had a great massage. Go and see my guy. You're so relaxed and all this stuff. And they'll talk about you. This is how you become very high, very popular, and in very high demand, right? People get to know you. Understanding that. And so that's the most important key, is understanding the lifetime value of your customer and then treating them like royalty from the very first time that they walk through the door.
So when you Are you saying that most people just don't understand that they treat the person like an $80 client and then they just go next, and so therefore they get a $80 experience, versus treating someone like a $9,600 client and giving them the royal treatment makes them want to come back time and time again and refer other people?
Absolutely. A lot of people, and I will actually be completely honest. I've been to a massage therapist. I paid for one massage and I didn't go back. And I found a massage therapist, and I've actually been with that massage therapist now for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's exactly how it works. I do it, you do it, everybody who's listening does this. They will find their favorite person as a massage therapist, they'll find their favorite naturopath, they'll find their favorite accountant, they'll find their favorite financial planner, they will find their favorite SEO marketing person, their favorite website guy. And once they find their favorite one, where they feel most comfortable, where they feel like they are being treated like royalty, they stay. No matter what, they stay.
And in your service, is that what you do for? I mean, because some of it is just identifying the avatar, as you said, and then doing all the marketing. Do a lot of people, business owners, just don't want to do that, or?
The business people don't want to do the marketing side of things. A lot of the business people don't want to do the marketing, and that's because they find the marketing very tricky. They find the marketing complicated. They find it confusing because they go, I'm a naturopath, and I just say to people, I'm a naturopath. But saying the words "I'm a naturopath" to your audience doesn't actually tell them how you solve their problem. If you said to if you're a naturopath and you said to your audience, I take away all your shoulder pain, or I take away all your knee pain, they go, oh, really? I've actually got a shoulder pain and you take that away? But you've got to understand who your market is and what problem they want solved. Okay? And most business people and accountants and financial planners and other people are the same. They go, I'm an accountant. Okay, well, that's great. That's fantastic. But what problem do you solve? And if the accountant actually went to a networking meeting or a friend's Barbie on the weekend, and they actually said to the people around them, I actually take away all the headaches and all the hassles. Make sure all the money is in the right columns, the profits there, and the revenue and the expenses, and we make sure that there's a profitable profit and loss statement. They go, oh, really? You take away all the headaches of doing all the numbers and the data work? Yeah. Great. Can we have a chat? Compared to, I'm an accountant, right? There's a big difference. One of these says what you are, the other one says how you solve their problem. And this is the same for all industries.
Could you say that a business might have the same solution, but they need to put their marketing to different audiences?
Absolutely, yes. Very big. The solution is always the same, but there's a saying called WIFL. What's in it for me, right? And the person who goes out there looking for the solution says, how do you solve my problem?
That's my dishwasher just sort of telling us that it's all finished now. So sorry about that.
That could have been a clock chiming in the background and we would never have known. Okay. So that's great. We have clean dishes now this morning.
Clean dishes, correct.
See, well, let's take that as an example. Let's use this, right? Your dishwasher is giving us the most perfect example of marketing. When you went to buy a dishwasher, Glenn, you would have gone into the homeware store and said, "Hey, I want to buy a dishwasher," and the attendant would have said to you, what are you looking for today? Oh, I just want something that we can load the dishwasher up. And we don't have to do any pre-rinsing. We just put all the dirty dishes in, put the soaps in, close the door, turn the button on, and let's go, right? Oh, okay, well, this dishwasher over here does all of that. So they would have directed you to exactly what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They would have helped to solve your problem. And you would have gone, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. What's in it for me? How are you solving my problem today? Because right now, this is the most important problem I have to solve.
Correct.
Now, let me give you one more example. And this might be a husband, and his wife has come to him and he says, darling, I want to have a spice rack in my kitchen. I want to put all my spices in the kitchen. And the husband goes down to the hardware store and he walks through the door, and the hardware attendant says, sir, how can I help you today? He goes, oh, I've just got to build this spice rack for the wife, and she wants to make sure that all the spices are there for the cooking and stuff. And he doesn't just need, and the hardware attendant says, okay, well, here's a list of all the different things you could possibly need. You might need a hammer, a screwdriver, some Phillips head screws, and some hardwood timber, like 2-meter hardwood timber with a 2-inch thick ply. And he's got all the details, and he goes, wow, this is really helpful. That's exactly what I needed, right? That customer, that man who walked into the hardware store was not there to buy a hammer. He was there to build the spice rack for his darling, beloved wife. His problem is he had to solve how to build the spice rack, not go and buy the hammer. Your problem when you buy the dishwasher is, I need clean dishes that clean themselves while I go and do other things like be interviewing really important people for the show. And when I finish, the dishes are all done.
So, without a musical note, because I don't want them to interrupt the interview.
But that was the most perfect example this morning. So, it actually enhanced and added value to this interview. So let's say thank you to that dishwasher for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what happens every day. People come in needing to solve their problem. And you need to work out how to solve that problem, because they're not there just to buy the hammer or just the dishwasher. They've got a bigger problem they need solving. So you're there to solve the problem. What problem are you solving in your business?
So who's the best person to ask that?
The customer.
Do you think
Always ask your customer what problem they have and what they want solved.
What if they don't know? What if they don't know? I mean, would you say that you would take people through a list of questions to find out the gist? Because I mean, every client thinks they're different, right? But when you start to interview enough people, you start to realize that there's a couple of common things that keep on coming up for them.
Always treat people as an individual, right? You in your own personal business will see common threads come through. But if you start making assumptions for that customer, going, oh, you're just here for this, then you could actually miss really important pieces of information and really key pieces of information, right? So let's go back to the naturopath who goes, yes, I solve all the shoulder pain, right? Oh, you've got shoulder pain. Okay, so it might be this or that and blah, blah, blah. But what they didn't do is listen to the customer. How did you first get that shoulder pain? What happened just before the shoulder pain came on? Is it a sharp stabbing pain or a dull ache? All the really key pieces of information that's needed. And then once they've gathered all the facts, then they go, okay, well, based on what you've just said, then this is how we can solve the problem and take that shoulder pain away for you. Oh, shoulder pain gone. Thank you. Much better.
I think the question that you asked there, how did you get this problem, would be a good question to ask, because if you learn that they got it through playing cricket or got it playing a sport, then you're giving them a solution so that then they can play more sport or cricket.
Yeah.
Good point.
Somebody who comes in and plays Saturday cricket might come in and go, oh, that's my bowling arm, you know, and that's my bowling shoulder, and I put it out, and I've got another cricket game happening in a week's time. Can you fix my shoulder so I can play again? Because I need to, put a few spins out there and get a few wickets out. All of this sort of stuff. So that's another thing. You've got to understand who your customer is.
I don't think you can ask enough. If they give you the time, I don't think you can ask your customer enough questions to learn how to solve them and keep them. Because there's one, attracting them, and then you actually want to solve their problems so they stay with you for a long time.
Yeah.
Stacey, who are the people that you find really easy to refer business to, being, I guess, that you're a business coach?
I find it really easy to refer to other business people. So I refer a lot of business to on search engine optimization, because a lot of people that come through my door really struggle with the SEO, search engine optimization, or in short term SEO. And so I do a lot of SEO referrals. I also do a lot of branding examples and things as well. So there's all sorts of different. The best way I can do this is because of the industry that I'm in. I work with all sorts of different people from all sorts of different industries, and I just really listen to what their problem is. And once I understand what they're trying to solve, then I go, oh, I know who I can refer you to, right? I've got a multitude of different people, and I only make the referral when it's appropriate. Only when it's appropriate. It's got to be the right referral for the right person. Yeah.
I definitely love having a good network to be able to do that too. It adds so much value to your contact, and you're helping them more than just the solution that you provide as well. What are the types of business opportunities or business referrals you're looking for?
What I'm looking for is all of those people out there who feel like they're a hidden treasure. They're a best kept secret. I take the best kept secrets of the business world, and I do a done for you marketing system that helps them get very popular, well known, and in very high demand.
And of course, one of the things I've picked up is you do the marketing for them. So if they feel that they're the best kept secret, but then they have delved into marketing where they realize, I actually don't want to do it, I just want to be that known person doing and providing the solution, then you have a service where you do it all for them.
Absolutely, yes, definitely.
Okay. Stacey, your quote. I want to read your favorite quote. The right words at the right time can change your life forever is your own quote. Why is that important to you?
Glenn, many years ago, I met this young man. He was about 21 or 22 years old at the time. And we were both authors in a particular book. And we both contributed a story to this lady's book. And I'd actually gone through the whole book, and I started contacting all the other authors in the book and saying, hi, I'm Stacey. What do you do? I read your story. I really love it. Tell me, what do you do? And this one particular gentleman, he was quite a young man, about 22 at the time, and we got talking, and I said, what's your story? Because it was quite a fascinating story that he put in the book. And we ended up down at the beach one afternoon, and we were just talking. Now, this young man had grown up in the foster care system, and he'd spent 21 years in foster care, and he had been told his whole life that he was dumb and stupid and autistic. And I just didn't believe it, because I'd been sitting across from him, and we had been conversing on all topics for 5 hours. 5 whole hours of conversation. And when I heard him say that to me, that he was dumb, and that all the people in his life, teachers, foster parents, caseworkers, everybody, doctors, everybody had said, you're dumb and stupid, you're autistic, you will never amount to anything. This young boy had actually believed that and taken it on board as very personal. And I looked him square in the eye, Glenn, and I said to that young man, mate, you are not dumb or stupid at all. You are so intelligent. You are very intelligent. And there's like a hairline's difference between being autistic and being pure genius. And I said, really honestly and truly, an autistic person or someone who is dumb would not have been able to converse with me for the last 5 hours like you have. We conversed on all topics, life topics, quantum physics, everything. And I let him just talk and talk and talk. And I said, mate, I think they've really missed your intelligence. And this young man at that point burst into tears. And he had tears coming straight down his face. And he says to me, Glenn, he says, nobody has ever told me that I'm smart. Everybody's always told me that I'm dumb and stupid. And I said, you're not dumb or stupid at all. And I said, you have a decision to make. From this point onwards, you can continue showing up as dumb and stupid like everybody has told you, or you can decide to start showing up as a smart, brilliant, intelligent young man who I've been conversing with for the last 5 hours. And that young man decided from that point on that he was smart and intelligent and started showing up in the world. And he went and did courses. He went and did a counseling course, and he went to uni. He bought a house. He's bought a car. He wrote a book. He put a business program together. And I'm still in touch with him today. Like, this is like 15, 17 odd years ago that we had this conversation. And I still talk to this young man today. And I've watched him grow and grow from strength to strength to strength. So the right words at the right time can change your life forever.
I can definitely, and a lot of people will be able to feel this, the warmth and the caring in your voice when you talk about young people, which I guess is you were talking about your why earlier.
Yeah.
Is there anything, how would people connect with you, Stacey? If anything that you've shared today, and I'm sure it's a lot, that connect with you and sort of going, you know what, I want to know more. How would I reach out to Stacey?
Okay. There's a website link, and it's quite a long link, so I'm not going to read the whole thing out. The link's going to be either it will be at the bottom of this interview, at the end of this interview, it will be under the interview. There'll be a website link there, and that is the best way to connect with me. All right, so click the link that has been shared, and we'll make sure that you know where it is by putting the words click here, click link here, okay? And that link will come directly straight to me, and you'll be able to talk with me directly and ask all your questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in the chat now so that people.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'll just put down. There we go.
Yes.
So I think that's the one. strongsustainablebusiness.com.au/every industry _best kept secrets.
Yeah, let's not read the whole thing out. They'll get too confused. If we just say, click the link that we put here, that is the best way to get in contact with me, is by clicking that link.
Cool. Hey, Stacey, thank you so much for bearing with us over the interview series. One thing that you haven't shared today is I just want to let you know that, God bless Dad, that's the way that we met. And Stacey followed through on something that she didn't really have to. And that has been one of the reasons why I built what has allowed me to build a relationship with Stacey, and therefore want to have her as a guest on the show. At the very beginning, when we were off air, I asked Stacey a question. Well, what are your 3 values? To which she replied, do you remember them?
Integrity.
Yeah.
People. And honesty.
Okay. Integrity, I could count on one hand the people that have the level of integrity that Stacey has. And integrity is doing the things you say you'll do every time. She's flawless. People, well, I think we all got a taste of that in the interview, as she's really passionate about people, particularly younger people. And then honesty. which I've learnt later on in life is the foundation for all relationships that you want to have love and joy in. So if there's somebody that you care about, that's a great quality to have, that you know about them. So 3 really great virtues, Stacey, that really resonate with me, and I would agree with all of those being important for you. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I really appreciate you do. Is there anything that you would like to say on parting words?
Glenn, thank you so much for having me as a guest speaker on your business, on your show this morning. And thank you to all the listeners out there. And I'm hoping that I can be of complete service to you, in total service of you and your business and your customers. And if you feel that we're the right link, definitely get in touch with us. And Glenn, I look forward to many more interactions with you along this journey called life. And yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been a fantastic interview, a fantastic morning, and I've just loved being here and talking with you. It's been great.
Hey, thanks. It's look, I'm really glad that Dad reached out and that it allowed us to continue our relationship. So thank you very much. All right, Glenn Kirkwood, aka That Referral Guy, signing off with a reminder to make, build, and share connections. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.